Okay.
Are we live now?
Yeah.
Are we live now?
Not yet. Yeah.
There you go. Live stream. We're live. Yeah, it's like I love the fact that my mobile has that tick 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 in all of my streams. That's basically what I hear.
Mhm.
People will hear, unfortunately, my laptop's ventilation. You guys can see it's at 85 degrees. Let's hope it's gonna stay at that. Oh God. Do you guys hear the ventilation now?
I don't.
Oh, thank God. I
Only
also,
hear my computer's ventilation.
but that's perfect. That's great because Marian at the point said that he could hear it, but maybe now it's a bit different. Because last live stream we had, for example, the video is very laggy because my PC was overheated, and now I don't have my iPad connected to my laptop anymore, and also Bluetooth and Wi-Fi is closed, so I'm connected directly through an internet cable. I don't know how you call those ones. Hey, Truls.
Hey, Truls.
Hello.
Truls is a very, very old friend of mine. I think I met him when I was 21? 21 or 22? Don't remember. It was a long time ago. Okay, let's see. Still a little bit laggy. Let's take down the resolution a bit. Image size. Let's take it down to 100. Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to get an idea of how I want to have the layout. This feels kind of nice, this little layout. Ethernet cable, yes, that's the one. So this is all of the pictures I have, not this one. We have a Marian over here. Well, this is something I was thinking about doing. So I selected some pictures, and the first picture that talked to me was actually this one. I really, really like this. So I'm thinking of building something based off this one, and also use these dogs on this side. I actually loved this picture. So I'm actually thinking of adding some kind of Japanese folklore into it. So then I found this one, which kind of spoke to me quite a lot. I'm a really big anime fan. What did you say?
You zoom in that one?
This one that you're seeing now with the weird girl, or
No, the other one.
the one with the creepy head floating?
Yeah.
I don't know. I found it on Pinterest.
No, but can you zoom in?
And well, you're gonna see it, but it's a bit of a. This is the best quality I
Okay.
could find.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
I know, trolls. I'm quite of a horrible friend when it comes to meeting up my friends, but life is a little bit weird sometimes. So, hey, the ink dot.
Hey, the ink dot.
I'm really happy that the restream works on my iPad. So this is what we're gonna do. We have David from Slovenia and one of my best friends, Marian Vasile from Romania, living in Sweden right now. I'm still in Romania with my family, and I can say that things are okay for now. So we'll see how it's gonna go. So we're gonna try to have fun. People are welcome to give me ideas while I'm working on this. I've never done this live stream, but I think it can be quite fun for people to see how I use references, how I manipulate photos, how I rethink, how I move things. So sometimes before I saw something traditionally, I actually do it digitally in this way. Of course, this is going to be more of a finalized piece. It can be quite fun to do that. And by the way, Truls, can you hear the music? Because what I've noticed when I go on YouTube after the stream was done, I can't hear the music at all. So I'm wondering how loud I should have it. since I'm paying 200 euros for this program, at least you guys can hear the music on it. And by the way, David,
Yeah.
the soft brush, it's such a good tool. Because you said something about the normal round brush with a certain flow to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to admit, the soft brush that I did last time on the stream, it was fantastic. Yeah. So, let's see, what am I getting right now based off these pictures? Let's see. What do I want? What do I want? Do I want a composition like this? And this is something... Don't worry, Pete. Thank you for dropping by. Everybody's busy on Saturday. I really don't know when to do the live streams, but I guess people can always watch them. Marian, this is something I really want to talk about, because I think I brought it up a little bit last time on the stream. Since, you know, I'm going to do a composition right now, and I really want to be able to do a closed-in composition. For example, this picture over here with this actress and the dog. Is this more a closed composition or an open composition?
I think it depends on how much space you're going to have in the direction where she's looking at, and if there's going to be something there. Because you have to kind of like bring the attention inwards. Like, for example, right now the attention goes outside of the image. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, like say again, the attention is...
So they're looking, the two characters are looking like something is happening outside of the image. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you add a little bit of space on the side and put something there, an element that would be coherent with this, like you can put the other two dogs.
Yeah. Let's see what I'm gonna get. Let's just see.
Even though she's not looking at them, it will still, like, we will still see that in the back of our heads. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see what we can do. Let's make a smaller thumbnail. I'm gonna make this image a bit smaller so I can have an easier flow, and then I'm just gonna make it big. Let's see, what do I want? It can be quite cool to have a close-up of the faces. Ah, that can be a very good idea, actually. I know, trolls, I'm very bad at announcing this. I think I'm keeping my community quite closed in. I think I have a really cool idea. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna make the background quite dark, actually. Let's see. So I want all the figures to be in a circular composition. Let's see if this is gonna work. And I want her to be quite bright, and then the dogs will all be dark color. Let's see, like this one. So the face, like the portrait, is gonna be a Japanese, one of those kind of mythical Japanese creatures, and then the dogs around her, they're gonna be dark color. Yeah, why the hell didn't I do it? Yeah, David. You know, David, you can say it out loud on the stream.
Okay.
Is David still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just super quiet.
Okay.
And you remember David when back in the days when Axe was live as well, and Daniel from USA. At the point, I was just having fun drawing, and people were there drawing as well and just chatting. At a point, I think I'm gonna do that as well. Just shut up and enjoy.
Hi, Anders.
Ew, Anders.
Hello.
Okay, I think I know what I want to do with this one. Hey, it can be interesting. What if we have, let's say, one eye here and one eye here, and then like this dog over here on this side, build it on this side? That can be interesting. Let's see if this is gonna work. Or maybe we want her whole face. What do you guys think?
So where are you going to place her?
So right now it's quite frontal, so I was thinking of having a specific dog like this, so the eye is gonna be kind of like her eye. I don't think that's gonna work though, but it can be interesting.
I'm confused about what exactly you're planning to draw. Like where the dogs are supposed to be.
Oh my god! I'm trying. So then we're gonna have one eye over here, like a cute little anime eye. Kawaii sugoi na! There you go, something like this. And then we have the nose over here. And then one of the dog is gonna be here on this side. So that's the eye of the other dog. Something like this. So she's gonna be in the back, but maybe this doesn't really work. And then another head of the other dog over here. So I want a very vague face and then a lot of this kind of breed of dogs on this side. So you have all the dogs going towards the left side, but maybe I shouldn't really hide her face like this. Kawaii sugoi na. What do you guys think?
I think it could be interesting, but I think the layout, you can make the image larger. Like it's a bit, I think it would go better on a wider frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you want more space around her.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it could be more interesting.
Let's give it more space this way. And then...
I want more space. I want more space.
Huh?
Hey, I want more space.
Yes. So, if you look now, when you guys will get to the same, you know, because I know it's a bit lag. So the
or you can go even more. So you have one of the thirds and running through the middle of the eye of the dog.
Have what in the middle of the dog?
One of the thirds, you know, the lines that are crossing in the image, running through the eye of the dog. So if you expand the rectangle.
Like this, you mean?
Yeah. It's running through the eye of the other dog.
Let's see how it's gonna go, because I need to build a little bit more the composition.
Yeah, but you can have it higher up like that before.
Like this.
But now go with the right segment more towards the right. The segment.
You want it like this?
Theo, enlarge the image towards the right side.
My God, I'm retarded.
Theo.
Încerc să înțeleg ce zici.
Punctul ăla, trage de punctul ăla, fă imaginea un pic mai mare.
Asta de aici din dreapta jos, nu?
Doar de latura din dreapta. Doar de latura din dreapta trage, atât.
Așa?
Doar de latură, nu de colț.
Oh. Asta,
De
nu?
latură. Nu mă...
I have to admit, I feel
The
so
middle
stupid.
one. The middle one at the right. Yes. That one. And now you can...
Oh, now I understand what's happening. You have a little bit of a delay. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's more. A little bit.
I think I'm also a bit weirded out. I haven't had the most extraordinary day today.
Yeah.
I think this can be a very cool idea. Maybe I will consider the dog in front of her face. I will actually try my best to draw the dog from imagination after drawing them a bit from references. See if I can actually manage that. Let's see. So we're gonna have one dog here, another dog over here in the back. So the eye will be one dog here, one dog here. Let's see if we should actually draw her whole face. Should we have her frontal looking or side view, like where the dogs are going towards? Let's see. Maybe not, maybe yes.
Maybe do a quick sketch of both.
Of the dogs?
Of the face going forwards,
Yeah.
and one going to the side.
Okay.
And then the side.
Okay, let's see.
And Trolls asks, how do you feel doing digital art compared to traditional art? Do you get better results doing one or the other, or is it the same?
I think it's the same. It's just that I think David will agree with me. It's much faster doing it digitally than traditional. I mean, you guys saw how much I've changed this little thumbnail. It is easier, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And it's easier to do experiments because you can just like paint something on top and then hide the layer, erase parts of the layer, and store all the previous versions.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also don't have to wait for paint to dry and scrape off. And
Oh yeah, the part where you have to wait for the painting to dry. Yeah. Because
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, what do you call it, Marian? Glazing.
What?
Glazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a long time. I mean, it depends what you want to do with it, because I guess you can have only one session of glazes if you're sure of where you want the painting to go.
Mm. Yeah, but I really wonder how the video is, if it's laggy.
No, it's
Troll says, I bet if you get really good with the digital programs, you have way more options and unlimited colors, and you don't need to pay for paint.
That's true.
I would actually say you get better colors from oil paints.
Yeah, that's true.
And you also get like...
It is cheaper though.
Yeah, it is cheaper to paint digitally.
But regarding unlimited colors on digital, I'm not sure.
No, digitally you're not limited at all. You can get a lot of variations.
No, I mean unlimited. I think you are more unlimited. I think you have more variation in oil paints than in digital.
Mm-hmm.
In digital, it really depends on your monitor, because different monitors have more or less color.
Yeah,
and then
but
also depending on the printers, you have more and less colors.
Yeah, but all printers run on 5 inks in the end. So you're
No,
going to have combinations of those 5 inks.
that's not true. You have better printers that have more inks.
Yeah, but those
They-
are, I wouldn't
Yeah, they're
say,
more expensive.
yeah, they're more expensive. People don't use them as much. Usually people use CMAK, I think. And that's about it. I mean, there are printers who have, I think, 24 and 48 colors. But even in that case, oil still has more pigments, more color variations than that. So it can mix a lot more. But at the same time, who's going to do that?
There's also transparency with oil paints that
Yeah.
you can't get with digital.
Yeah. Transparency, textures.
Have you tried glazing, David?
Yeah, I have. I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly, but it's really interesting. You get a lot of temperature shifts. And yeah, I'm basically I try to do like an underpainting with brown, burnt umber. And then I did over the lights of the skin with white and gray. And then on top with like very thinned out flesh tones, transparent pigments.
What medium do you use?
What do you use?
Marian, you had the same question?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. David, you can answer, sorry.
I just use oil, like safflower oil. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but...
Sunflower oil? Marian, what do you think? You know better than me.
I wouldn't say it's very good for that purpose. I mean, I wouldn't say it's good for paints. It yellows quite a lot, and it's a weaker film. So if you can get, I think the best would be stand oil, but if that's too expensive, or you could.
I think I have some. Let me check. I basically just use safflower oil for everything because it dries super slow. But
Okay.
I also have stand oil that I haven't tried yet. And I also bought some, I think it's poppy oil.
Poppy oil.
Oh, by the way, with poppy oil is an extremely good medium for alla prima. This is what I read in that book that I suggested people to get. What was the name of it? The one with the old masters. You remember, Marian? We were reading together from it, and I was amazed because I was a big addict of poppy oil. And again, it's not very good when you use it layer on layer because it can darken your color. Because if you keep it in an open environment and if it dries fast, it oxidizes. What's the word for it?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Harold Speed book?
Is that the one, Marian?
No.
Let me double check and you can see on the screen.
I don't remember the name.
Let me just go on my Gmail.
Oil painting techniques and materials.
Techniques and materials.
That might be it. Yeah.
What was the name of it again?
Oil painting techniques and materials.
By Harold Speed. And on the cover is, I think, a Sargent painting or like something very Sargent-esque.
Maybe I'm not writing it correct. Let me see. I know I bought it.
Also, Alice9 says hi.
Hey, Alice.
Hey, Alice.
Hope you're good.
And no, Alice, we're on Skype, not on Discord.
Yeah, my computer can't take it. It's already at 87 degrees. I think this is the one. Why do I need to sign in? I can't really do this because everybody's actually seeing it, but maybe something like this. I keep forgetting the name. Anyways, doesn't matter. We can look at it some other times. What do you say, David? Sorry.
I'll take a look and see if it's the same I was talking about.
I'm actually gonna have some fun with this one as well. So apparently a yokai has black hair. That's gonna be interesting. Let's see if I'm gonna choose that. Well, choose that.
Who has black?
Hmm?
Who has black hair?
If I have what?
Who has black hair?
Oh, yukai. It's called one of the bad spirits in Japanese. I think I'm using Intuos 4. That's the one I'm using. I kind of want to have her have white hair. White hair.
I posted the link to the book I meant
On Skype?
YouTube. Oh, I can put it on Skype as well, yeah.
Mm.
Let me do that. Oops.
I think I already have that one.
Is that the one? I don't think that's the one I've been reading from. I remember the one I've been reading from is the one that Hans suggested, but maybe that's a new one I got. No, this is a different one. I will look into it and let you guys know. But I know this book. It's actually really good. Hey, Dee. I think this one started very weirdly, Omar. It didn't really have a specific role to it, but if you see the references I'm kind of going towards, I kind of want to have fun with this, but we were thinking about this references here, these dogs I want to use, and this was the picture that I chose that I wanted to build it from. I also had these two references, this one, and also this one for the face I wanted to use. But I think I'm just gonna let myself be a bit more free and enjoy some imagination drawing. It won't look as good maybe, because when I do for imagination it can get quite cartoony. But hey, it can be fun sometimes. So yeah, when was the last time you painted, David? With oils?
Oh, it was quite some time ago.
Yeah.
I did two portrait commissions in December, and before that I haven't painted anything for quite some time.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, I do miss it.
Yeah.
I did prep up a few days ago so I can start painting again, but I'm just doing the commissions and like digital sketches. I can't get myself to paint.
You can't get yourself to paint?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you feel sometimes when you work too much digitally, Do you think you get a little bit lazy with fine art?
Good question.
I think I want to see her from underneath. Let's see.
It really depends what kind of digital artwork I make. I still do most of the sketches traditionally with pencil and then color it up in Photoshop. But yeah.
But yeah.
It definitely takes more concentration and like effort to do something traditionally because you really have to plan everything, and with digital you can rush in and then fix stuff. It's not that hard to fix. You have the Liquify tools, and yeah.
I mean, it's like me and Marian. Oh, Marian, we have 20 minutes until the boat leaves. Let's get ready. Oh, help me clean up my palette. Oh, la la la. And with digital, oh, I'm done.
I still do that.
What?
I still do it in the last second.
I know, but imagine if it was digital. Save, leave, done.
Yeah, but it's not the same feeling. And oil painting is something very special. Even the process of it. I mean, for me, there's a lot of anxiety right now because I'm still like experimenting and playing around.
Because it's what?
I feel like I have no control over it.
Yeah.
So it gives me a lot of anxiety while painting. But it's still fascinating. But it works better when I'm thinking more of what I'm doing than just doing it automatically. Like with drawing, I don't really think that much.
With drawing? Yeah, well, it's a little bit easier with drawing. You just close your sketchbook and that's it. But when you do with oil, it's so much to, you have to clean up your palette. You need to go and pick up the box you put the paints in and put them in the freezer. You need to make sure that you put your brushes in the oil. And it's so much more work to do when you paint with oils, I think.
Yeah, but I was more referring to, I don't mind that. It kind of like became automatic, all of that, in the last couple of years. It's just the only thing is the lack of control.
I think if you paint every day, it's not big of a deal because, at least in my experience, at the end of the day, I dipped the brushes in the oil, scraped off the paint, left the squeezed out paint as it is, and then I could use it the next day. But if you do one painting and then stop for a few days, then it gets a bit annoying for me. Because you have to, all the paint goes to waste, and you have to clean the brushes, and yeah.
Boo!
I mean, I haven't cleaned my brushes. Oh, they've been in oil.
I need a mirror. Wait, I need to get the mirror so I can look at my nose while I draw this.
And regarding the paints, you can put them in the freezer and they can last for weeks.
Yep.
Like, literally weeks.
Okay, I can see now. So if I want to have that kind of portrait, I need to move all of this down. this is fun. I haven't had this much fun in a while. But yeah, did you know that you can actually put them in the freezer?
Yeah, I do know, but I haven't tried yet.
Let me guess, Marco is like, nah!
I haven't tried yet, so I don't know what the reaction would be.
I think it's fine. It's like my mom, she's a big addict of cooking food and stuff, and she was super okay with it. It didn't really bother her when I put the...
If you have them in one of those, how do you call them, casseroles, it'd be fine. Shouldn't affect any of your food. But...
And you put them in the freezer, not the with the minus 18 degrees.
Yeah. But the thing is, the oil doesn't freeze. Oil doesn't freeze in general, so it's just going to be, they're going to be very thick when you take them out, but they're not going to be like dry or, and they can last up to 3 weeks in the freezer. So, like, I think, for example, my white is from 2 weeks ago, and it's still good.
So instead of cleaning my brushes, I could just put them in the freezer.
Well,
I think it's better to put them in an oil bath.
Wait, you don't know how you can put them in a... Do you know when you paint walls, David? And you get like this little plastic support where you kind of pour the paint in?
Yes.
Yeah. That plastic thing, imagine you don't put any paint in it, but you use it as a little tray to put your brushes in. And then you just pour oil in the space where imagine the paint would go. And you don't pour a lot, you know, enough so the brushes will be covered. And then you just lie your brushes in. Marian, you should take a photo of when you go to the office on Monday or tomorrow. And then we can share it on, I don't know, social media so people can see what we mean. Because I think a lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, I usually just dip the brush in oil and then let it stay overnight like that. But I don't leave it inside the bath.
Imagine leaving them in there. And then you 100% know for sure that your brushes will be safe.
Yeah. Because, as I told you earlier, I haven't cleaned my brushes since August. They've been in oil the whole time. The only brushes that I did clean were the blending brushes. And the ones I cleaned because I want to have them with no paint or oil or any residue on them, so they can be very soft. But other than that, I think you can put everything else oil.
On other notes, me and my brother, we've been watching that documentary about World War II in color. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Damn, it was brutal. It was so brutal.
So it was movie clips from the actual war, but color.
Yeah, and colorized, like they fixed it and stuff. It was an interesting experience to watch because people really, everybody suffered, everybody from both sides. It was kind of sad. Well, kind of. I don't know how to explain. We're still watching it. We're getting to the point where Hitler did his very first mistake. Instead of going for United Kingdoms, he kind of stopped and went towards the east side, towards Russia. And it gave enough time to Churchill to actually kind of build up kind of a defense. And by attacking Russia, Stalin kind of didn't like that. So, yeah, it's... the amount of people dying in that war. I don't know. I think it's very interesting to watch it because it kind of gives you a perspective of how things were back then. Nobody had time to really cry. Everybody was just stressing out how to survive. I don't think I should talk about this on live stream.
Why not?
I don't know. That's true.
Yeah, let's keep it art related. It should be like, but war is an art.
Yes, war is an art.
And if you master it and wield it, great wisdom, you can achieve great things.
Yes, yes. Very great things you can achieve.
Yeah.
I wonder if the video is not laggy.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, Omar is right. I mean, people were like, so many young men died during that war, and so many families were just destroyed. Because, you know, nowadays we have so many people stressing out on how to make a living, how to become popular, how to show off how amazing they are. And back then, people were just, they were just trying to survive. I don't know how to put it in words. I'm very bad at expressing myself sometimes when it comes to these things, but it stressed me out watching it at the point. I was looking at my brother and I was like, how could they take all of this? And he was like, well, nobody had time to complain about their anxiety back there. Everybody had to find a way to go around being picked up to go and fight for some kind of lunatic. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit childish. Yep, I think I will need to buy a new computer in the end, or a laptop, if I want to be able to do this. This laptop is still good, but it's quite demanding OBS for it. Like all of this streaming right now. Yeah, I mean, you kind of didn't have the choice, that's true.
What the
Like a choice,
Or-
you were like grabbed. It's like
grab and kill, because most countries have martial law. If you didn't want to join the street, you were supposed to be executed. And also, I think service was mandatory in most countries. Yeah. Like military service.
By the way, David, do you understand how this, how do you call it? Mixer brush, I think you call it mixer brush? Let's see. Yeah, mixer brush. When you can, you know, here it says very wet, moist, dry. I'm still trying to figure out what they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
No.
You can just try to not set the how moist and dry it is, but just in the, let me check what the options are.
Yeah. I mean, I have flow, mix, load, and wet right now activated.
Yeah, I would say just try to disable wet and see what changes, and then disable load and then mix.
So
I don't really understand the differences.
So right now I have 1% load, no mix, no wet, and 37% flow. Uzu and Kraskar on Twitch. If you want to have a little bit more fun, you should join us on YouTube channel. Oh wait, Kraskar, that's you, David.
Yep.
Oops. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I can see that now when I'm just using that setting, it's still a little bit weird how it kind of mixes. I'm still trying to understand how it works.
Yeah, I tried to understand it at some point, but I gave up because it's just so confusing.
It does pretty amazing stuff if you learn how to use it.
Yeah, and I think you have to have everything on the same layer for it to work properly.
Yeah, I mean, right now I
Also-
have sample all layers, so...
Oh, okay. I guess then it should work
Yeah.
fine.
Well, let's see what happens with this one. I'm gonna try to just have fun with this. Don't care if people will be like, ew, what are you doing? You're ruining it. You should give up on art and let professional do it. I'll be like, no. I believe in myself.
If I figure it out, I will let you know and give you like a demo.
Yeah, that would be nice. The only thing that I don't like about digital form is how unnatural the coloring feels like when I paint. It doesn't have the same blending to it. That's what I've noticed.
I think Procreate is pretty good at it on the iPad.
Thank you, Uzu. Thanks. I mean, so far I'm just painting from imagination. I don't know if I'm doing anything correctly, but it's fun. Sorry, Marian, what were you saying?
Hi, Ricard.
Oh, hey, Ricard. I think the hell and will. Wait a second.
That's
Please
a-
give up. Okay, I should give up. I think this person is too wise. He knows what he's talking about.
And Truth wrote many more people in the world by Marian.
Marian, you should talk a little bit more into the microphone. I don't know, somehow when you start talking, we kind of lose a little bit of what you're saying.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, I put it on my board.
Mm.
Do you hear my pencil?
Eh, but that's fine if we hear your pencil. That's a nice thing to hear. Let's see, if that eye's over there, should move it a little bit down.
Robot Vasil. That's what Ricard said.
I
Sound
see.
like robot.
We only have one person on Twitch, so if I answer, people are a little bit weirded out. I want to give her a little bit more of a Japanese look. Yeah, what was I saying? If people are a little bit weirded out, just deal with it. David, are you on Twitch as well?
Yeah, I'm in Twitch as well.
Ah, but then Uzu's not all alone.
No, I'm
No.
keeping an eye out on the chat.
Thanks. Let's give her more of a cheekbone. It's so funny, when I create my characters in this kind of role-playing games, I always give them this kind of alien face look. Kind of looks nice in that way. So right now I want to be able to draw her like we're seeing a little bit from underneath, which is kind of hard to do it in this way. Onion Jr. Hey Theo, any advice to someone who is in their final 4 months at an atelier and will be graduating soon? Yeah, Omar, that's what I'm trying. But right now, I'm just warming up to see what I'm gonna do with her face. I have an idea, but it's a matter of me trying to make it happen. Any advice to someone who is in their final 4 months at an atelier and will be graduating soon? Well, I guess everybody kind of gives advices based on what they've done when they were done with their atelier. Like, I know friends who are making a living as a fine artist and friends who are concept artists. Or they, I don't know, they have like a side job and they do their own art on the side. Because it's a lot of marketing and it's not that easy to be a fine artist because you have to build up a name for yourself. I don't know who you are and what you do, so I can't really give a coherent advice. Ricard, I also have Twitch, so I see both channels right now. So it's a guy called Onion Jr. on Twitch that asked that question. I don't know how Japanese people look. Asian eyes. I don't want to draw more like one of those, how do you call them? I don't want to draw like a Westerner. It has to be a Japanese person. Let's write Japanese traditional clothing, maybe? Can find something if I write this. Give me a Japanese woman! That moment when you're live streaming and then you find porn and you're like, oh shit.
Marcos asks, Tia and Marian, what are your reasons for doing art? How did you get started and why?
Oh Jesus, that's a good question. Marian, you can start first.
It's a very long story, though.
Well, we have 2 hours.
It's long enough.
We have like 1 hour, 2 hours left, so go for it.
Okay. I mean, how did I start? Should I say it on live stream though?
Well,
That's my dilemma.
well, you can try to not say everything. I mean, just say it reasonable so people can aspire to who have you been and whatever stuff.
Okay. Okay, so I've been sent to an art high school since 9th grade. I was still too much into alcohol and drugs and stuff like that until I think 10th grade. Then I started taking art more seriously. So then I didn't care that much. And the reason was that I think the more I started doing it, the more I integrated it into my identity. So it felt like a natural part of myself. And I also discovered that I was more of a visual thinker than how do you say, literal thinker.
And
what was the reason?
yes, what was the reason?
I mean, there are a bunch of, but I mean, what is the reason that I started it, or what is the reason for still doing it?
Both?
Because I think the reason why I started it is because I was fascinated with the images. Like, I think some of my favorites back then were Da Vinci and Rembrandt and what's his name, Caspar Friedrich, a German painter, and Salvador Dali as well, and Jonathan Atkinson Grimshaw was also one of my. I was just really fascinated by those images. They could communicate a lot more than, I don't know, with some of them I thought it was more of a visual philosophy than visual narrative. Depends how you read a painting, of course, and how you think of images in general. The reason why I keep doing it is because I don't think my life has any meaning without it. I think it's so deeply rooted inside me right now that I don't think I would be able to give it up for anything in the world. And hopefully one day I will have enough peace of mind and finances to do my own projects that I still kind of like sketching and developing on. I try to keep them as private as I can so I can develop them on my own without any interference. Although I have been taking advice from friends that I think are experienced enough to give a good advice, but I'm trying to keep it away from the large public. And it's also like, it's not that fun when you spoil the mystery of an image and how it will come to be. Might sound a bit pretentious, I don't know. I think it depends on the kind of image. If it's something very personal, very intimate, I think it's better if you just put it out there when it's done. If it's something more of a, I don't know, technical exploration or fascination with shapes, or yeah, you can post progress and development and stuff like that. Because I think there's less importance of people giving their opinions on it. But if it's something personal, something that has a direction that comes from inside, I think the opinions of others are a bit irrelevant in that case. And you should try to prevent others from altering your artwork. What is your reason?
Well, long ago, far, far away, in a year that most people weren't born yet. No, I'm just joking. So here's my story. I think I was around 10 years old. My parents went to Greece and they bought this cute little sculptures from Greece with horses. You know, those kind of kitschy sculptures. And I love
Yeah.
horses, obviously. And I started drawing them. I don't remember if I did them in tempera. And I was very excited. My mom as well, she used to draw for me horses when I was a kid. And if I actually have talent, it's because of my mom. She actually was the one that had the talent, basically, in my family. But she never pursued it. Anyways, I showed the drawings to my mom and she liked it. And the neighbor that was the director of this kindergarten, she was also an artist and she noticed that I had some kind of potential in art. So she came to me and told me, tomorrow I'm going to bring something to you. I want you to get ready. I was a kid. I didn't understand. I was just excited that, oh, something's going to happen. So the next day she brought me a pencil, an eraser, a sharpening tool, some paper, and a picture of Alexander the Great. And she was like, I want you to draw this for me. And I was like, yeah, it's a guy. I was like, yeah, but you're going to draw it. I think it was the longest 2 hours of my life. And at the point, I was just drawing for fun, but it was the very first time I actually drew something that was a little bit more than fun. So it was very boring. After that, I just kind of got hooked. Yeah, I just loved it. I was very obsessed over cartoons. So I was watching Cartoon Network and I was enjoying. I remember first time I saw Dragon Ball Z on the TV and I loved it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe people can draw like this. So what happened after that? Somehow I pursue art on my own. I was just doing it because it was fun. I didn't have internet back then. So for example, nowadays you just see kids going like 17, vegan and super talented and all that stuff. Whatever. I didn't really have this kind of social media stuff. I just do it for myself and it was fun. But unfortunately being, how should I explain it? It's kind of hard to talk and also draw at the same time. I wasn't very pushed to do this. I was kind of alone. I remember register myself on this forum where it was only Romanians. And when I was sharing my artwork, people were just so mean, actually. They were telling me that I should stop drawing from pictures, draw from imagination. And I was a bit stressed out because I didn't even know how to draw. But they were expecting me to just do it. They were really mean. Like, they were not very nice comments, but when you're sensitive and at just that age, you kind of take everything literally. So I started hating art. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. So I had a period, I think from the age of 16, close to 19 and a half, when I just hated art. And I was just doodling in my math notebook, being stupid. And then life happened. I moved to Sweden. And somehow I ended up at the, now it's called the Swedish Academy of Realist Art. But it was called Atelier Stockholm. So I somehow found the passion again for art. And I think the last 10 years, I've been trying to find peace on how to paint and have fun and make a living with it. Because in my opinion, sure, art should be, you're doing something you love with so much passion, you should share it with the world. Yeah, I should. But Billie Eilish doesn't just sing for free. She gets a ton of shit of money and nobody's telling her anything about her side of the money.
That you should give it for free,
That's how they tell you. They say it's so beautiful, you should share it with the world. And when you say a price, they go like, oh, but I thought you're doing this out of passion. Why is it so expensive?
No one told me that.
Nobody told you that, but they did tell me that. Yeah. Anyways. But right now, I think I found a way to just don't give a damn anymore about all of this social media stuff. I still share. I still love talking to people. Somehow I know who's superficial. Maybe sometimes maybe I'm wrong, but I stay away from people that I could feel that they're just full of shit, and I stay away from them as much as possible, and I just try to be around people that motivates me rather than demotivates me. Do I make any sense? I don't know. I'm drawing, so it's kind of hard to focus. And I mean, it's like Marian said. I'm not gonna tell you my whole life story and how it was and blah blah blah. We all had depression. Blah, blah, blah. Boo-hoo, my girlfriend, boyfriend left me. Boo-hoo, nobody understood me. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody had that side. But somehow art was my only friend. Even when I hated it the most, I found refuge in just drawing and watching animation. That's basically what helped me the most to get out of that. For example, my brother, I really think if my brother got into art, he would have been fantastic. But I don't know, maybe Romania has a different kind of culture or something like that. Nobody in my family really understood what art really was, so we didn't really have that luck. But now my parents are super supportive. My boyfriend, God bless him, supports me and always pushes me to just follow my plan and do the work I love and share it to the world and blah blah blah. So, I don't know. I'm not that person that you can ask. I'm not very successful in that way. But I think I found some balance. What?
I think you are successful, but I mean, stop defining, because that's the thing with why.
No, I know I'm very successful, but that's one reason I said in that way. Because people think that you're successful if you make a ton of money or whatever the fuck it is. Nah, not really. Of course, if you want comfort, sure, maybe that's success, but I found success. I'm finally able to love what I do again, and I'm constantly improving, and I know what I want to do. And I think that's the most beautiful thing ever, to know what you want to do. Because I meet so many people confused in life. They're so depressed. They have no meaning. They have so much money, but they have no meaning. And I tell them, just find something else that you love. Yeah, but I don't know what to find. I can't really give people an answer, but I sometimes tell them, like, draw with us. Just come and do a drawing with us. I think it can be fun. And then I can see how excited they get when they notice that out of nothing they managed to make a pretty little drawing. And that gives me a big smile. Maybe that's one reason I like teaching a lot. Yeah, God, that sounded so cheesy.
I don't know if Onion Jr. is still around, but he asked, what about if you wanted to do a few things like fine art and concept art both?
I think you can, but one of them will have to be more of a priority. Unfortunately. I mean, when I paint, it takes me a long time to create the project. Mentally, I have to prepare for it. With concept art, you're given an assignment, you do it, that's it. With fine art, you're pretty much your own boss. You have to push yourself quite a lot to be able to do it. And fight your demons to be able to focus. So, I haven't worked much in the concept art field, but I know people, and that's what I was told, that sometimes you choose. Like, I know people that are concept artists, but they do nothing outside of work. They don't do any art, nothing. They're just concept artists, and that's it. But I know people like my boyfriend who is a concept artist, but he works like a lunatic and does what he loves the most, which is comic books and illustrations. So sacrifices are needed. Like my brother was telling me, why don't you travel the world? Why don't you go to Paris? Why don't you go to Venice? It's very easy. You can go during a weekend. And in my mind, I was like, you don't know what it means to be an artist, because when you find that passion, you can't stop. And when you don't have the passion, you fall into a depression because you don't have the passion. So in my experience, I find it so hard to calm down, breathe, and enjoy my environment without stressing that I don't have the passion to actually work. So it's a vicious cycle. It's like my boyfriend said that art is a blessing and a curse, because you constantly need to talk to yourself to calm yourself down so you won't lose your mind. Oh my God, that sounded so depressing. Yeah, I know, Omar. It's such a stupid mindset to just success only for money. I know what you mean, that's right.
Yeah, and I think that's the superficiality we're talking about.
I don't know. I'm so afraid that I might judge people, that I might be afraid to meet people because the world has become so superficial for me. And some of my friends hate me when I say this, but I really do have problems trusting people because of this.
Onion Jr. says, thanks for the honest answer. Sometimes in atelier, it feels like I'm just doing mad homework. So much work and not a lot of creative fulfillment.
Well, I guess this kind of ateliers, there's like what, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 years. I don't think it's enough. So what I tell students, don't forget what's in your heart. Don't forget that. Right now you're here to just gain the skills. After that, you can do whatever you want. It's tricky. I kind of got lost myself when I was in the atelier. I didn't know what to do anymore. I was so obsessed over realism and making things perfect that I was having art blocks. And I remember when I started that drawing called A New Beginning with the Asian girl and the eagles surrounding her. That was actually a funny story. I was walking dogs for a living because I was having a huge depression and I couldn't do any more art. And the dogs really helped me actually. And after walking dogs, I was trying to work, but it was very, very hard. And I remember Henrik, he just took my pencil and started destroying my paper. Not destroying it, like smudging it, using his hands, making a big mess out of it. And he said, there you go. Now you don't have to worry about it. Just draw and have fun. And I was like, okay. And that's basically what happened. That little drawing came out of a mess. And that's one reason I call it A New Beginning, because that little experience in my life kind of made me see that it's okay if you fail. It's okay if you feel like you have nothing to put down on the paper. Just do it for fun. So I usually ask people, why are you doing art? Some people say that it gives me meaning. Some people say that they just want to become an artist. But in the end, you're still doing things for fun. Can't only be because of a specific meaning. You still have to enjoy life, right? Wow, it's becoming very cheesy. Okay, David, Marian, you guys talk. I need to also focus on this drawing. But that's my side of the story.
Oh, I mean, I agree you should enjoy it. But in my case,
Marian.
I don't enjoy it most of the time. So
oh, come on. Sometimes you say that you do. Don't be like that. Really? Not even a little bit? Oh, for fuck's sake.
I enjoy it, but it's kind of like...
You're a horrible human being, Marian.
I've embraced the misery.
Oh, my God.
You have to.
Yeah, but...
Like, why so many artists obsessed with success? Ricard asked. And yes, I agree. They shouldn't be obsessed with success. They should just do something. And then, see if it works. If it doesn't work, do that same thing till you die. I'm just joking.
Wow. But seriously, you don't enjoy art anymore? I mean, don't you feel like a little bit of a tingle in your stomach or this huge adrenaline rushing through your blood when you work?
Yeah, see, Jules totally gets it.
Let's see, what did he write?
He wrote, Marian just loves being miserable.
Oh, come on, guys. Can you try to cheer him up?
No, but he understands.
No, he doesn't. He's a man. He doesn't understand. David, say something. Say something nice.
I think it's a choice to be miserable.
Yes.
Can just so yeah. I mean, I don't understand why you decided to accept yourself, to identify yourself as a miserable person, but I definitely think you can change that if you would like to.
Yeah, I agree. It is a choice, and I made it consciously. Like, it's not.
So is it a choice to also make yourself happy? What is true
Yes.
happiness then? Do you fake it? You fake it till you make it? Or what is true happiness then?
I think fake it till you make it does work, even though it sounds kind of weird and pretentious, it does work. I think you should do it. I mean, it's not good to be like super delusional and like lie to people, but yeah, I do think it helps.
But then where is the fake part if you don't lie to people?
What is which part?
The faking part.
Yeah, even if you feel bad, you should like pretend like you're happy. I guess this sounds wrong again.
Yeah, but that's deceiving. So again, it's lying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. Yeah. I mean, I guess misery wouldn't be the right term to describe myself.
Marian is miserable. Marian is miserable.
I am a little bit. I think it's like Troll's food is happiness. Yeah, so true. Yeah.
I think what I was trying to say is that just thinking that you are miserable won't make you happy. So it's better to think you're happy.
I
Does that
agree.
make
But
sense?
what if you don't want to be happy?
Oh my god.
Because that's the thing. You're assuming that I want to be happy.
Then your name is Marian.
Yes.
Well, what do you get from being miserable?
Passion.
Why do you prefer being miserable to being happy? You can be passionate and happy at the same time.
I love this
It's not
conversation.
exclusive.
I think because there's more to learn from tragedy than from a happy end.
God, it really is a Marian thing. I swear to God, I begin to learn so much more from tragedy than from a happy end. Jesus Christ. Look what Ricard is saying. He really knows you, Marian. True happiness is a belly filled with meat and ribeye steak. That's, one thing that Hendrik hates the most about Marian is when he eats, he does this, this food is so good. And he hates it when he does this.
I'm not doing it.
No, because he hates you before it, so you don't want Hendrik to hate you. You're a funny person, Marian. I'm amazed we're still friends.
Yeah. At least I'm funny. I'm not happy, but at least I'm funny.
But seriously, what will it take us to make you happy, Marian?
That's the problem. We can't make him happy. He has to decide himself to be happy.
Well, you know what Paris Hilton said. Just stop being poor. It's that
I don't
simple.
think I want to be happy. I would think that I would like to have less worries, but I don't know. I don't really think I would like to be happy. Because I don't like that. I don't like feelings of intensity and happiness to me, the way people advertise it. It's too intense. I don't like intense anxiety or, I don't know, depression and stuff like that, but I don't like happiness. I like to be in between.
You suck, Marian. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
I'm glad that you do. This is another thing. When I paint with oils, it's so much nicer to get these nice soft transitions. When I do it with digital, it looks so plasticky. I hate it. I hate it.
I think you need a different brush.
I don't know what I need.
Yeah, I think it's because you're using the super soft brush. It tends to make everything very
Yeah.
Yeah, but
sticky.
I'm changing that, and then I try to use the Smudge Tool because I keep seeing how people are using it. I need to read more into the Smudge Tool.
Yeah.
Do you know what you have to do? Just use the Smudge Tool and use like a textured brush and set it to scatter.
A what brush?
You open the tool, like the Smudge Tool, and then you take a textured brush, like a charcoal or something like that.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
And then in the brush settings,
Brush settings. Here? Oh, there you go.
you take the scattering.
Is it the spacing?
No, the scattering. It's the second option on the left.
Oh, this one here.
No, up in the menu, in the menus. Like here, yeah. The second one is scattering. Oh, I'm seeing everything with a delay.
Yeah, that's one reason I'm stopping now.
So yeah, maybe try that.
Okay.
I'm not sure how intense you have it.
Intense, like everybody likes it. Let's see.
I have the scatter set to 24%. And then the strength doesn't need to be very strong.
Let's see what happens if I do this. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, this is not a very good one. Let's see what oily, mix oil 4, inside soft, good soft brush, favorite, charcoal 1. Oh, God. Let's just use this one, see what happens. Now this looks like something good. It's a custom. I think I know who to ask when it comes to this one. So I'm gonna ask Daniel, one of my friends. God, what was his family name?
Walsh?
Yeah, Daniel Walsh. I'm gonna ask him to see if he can give me some nice tips on how to use this. He's pretty good at drawing girls, so I can ask him. But yes, what is the chat saying?
Rice Rock said yes, I made a stream on Twitch.
Okay. What? What that's supposed to mean?
Someone is happy they caught the stream, I guess.
Oh.
Rice.
Okay. wonder how I want to draw this. The face is kind of coming along. It's weird, drawing it from my imagination and using reference on the side. One thing I hate about drawing portraits is the amount of times I keep changing it all the time. I'm never ever satisfied with how they look like, so I keep changing them and changing them and changing them all the time.
Rice Rock is asking if this is planning for charcoal or digital.
I don't know. We'll see. I might have it as an idea for some later projects. Hmm?
Yeah, so Truls wrote, food is happiness. Happiness is fulfillment. Your needs depend on what you have fulfilled on. First, you need to fill your psychological needs: air, water, food, sleep, comfort. Next is safety, personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Above that is love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. Then there is esteem, respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, freedom, and at last, self-actualization. And Richard wrote, Trolls, that sounds like a lot of work.
Well, if that's the way of doing it, you better get your things together.
One of these levels of happiness, but if you don't move to the next or lose one of these things, you could get unhappy. It's a life's work, Rickard Johnson. And Rickard wrote, I'm too late.
You're what? He's what?
She said he's too lazy.
Uh-huh. He's too
And
lazy.
And then True wrote, I guess you are happy with the level of happiness you got.
Well, at least this is keeping people in the chat more satisfied.
Yes. Very funny. Rickard's response, True, that sounds like a lot of work.
Well, it's like my pa says, nothing in life comes easy, Dora. It's kind of funny sometimes when I'm getting advices from my friends or whoever. I'm like, I can say the most horrible things ever. Like, yeah, maybe if I become a whore, it will be an easier way for me to make money. They're like, oh, what? That's not what we said. I'm like, well, that's the easiest job because this is what I keep hearing people telling me sometimes. It's so easy to make money.
It's not really easy.
No, it's not. It's really challenging nowadays to...
Actually, being a whore. Oh my God. It's quite intense. Let's just leave it at that. Not easy at all.
How do you know that, Marian? Have you been like in this type of industry before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need to be one.
You're like, I'm a pimp. You want me to pimp you? I'm like, what? Okay, let's not get into this. Some people can be quite sensitive.
Maybe we have people in that branch of business on the street and they like us talking like negatively.
Are people hearing my music? What the hell are people even writing? I can see the chat is going a bit crazy.
Well, Ricard said he's too lazy to do anything about his life. And Troll said, I guess you're happy with the level of happiness you got. Are you satisfied, chat? This was when you said that they are keeping the people watching. And then Ricard replied, perhaps, but I could lose some weight. But those cinnamon buns are so good. And Trolls said, yeah, it's easy to make money, just need to spend 37 hours a week doing it. And D said, it's called taking deviant art commissions for $20. And on Twitch, PA walked uphill to school both ways, chased by wolves. Being an artist is hard for money, I imagine. The internet probably helps you through since you can live in a relatively low-cost area with good outreach. That is true. A lot of people move to like cheap countries and work freelance over the internet.
Yeah, like once I feel like if I would have like if I don't need a job, that's just like, because when you're a concept artist, you need to go into the big cities, right? But if I could make enough to really have a decent life, fuck that, I'm out. I'm going to like a little town in the mountains, live in a cave, far away from everyone, with just my mobile and the internet. No, not really. But
Well, why would you need it?
yeah, that's true. Well, I still need to make, I don't know, if I live in the mountains, yeah, that's true. I don't kind of need that. Damn it. I never get it.
I mean, for commissions and stuff like that, you can just check it like on a weekly basis. Because you're not going to be as connected as people are these days. I think that's better. Because I mean, if you live in the mountains and you have internet, and it kind of like defeats the purpose of living in mountains. That's how I feel. I think that's like one of the best ways of taking away the responsibility of believing in what you're saying. When you're saying like, that's how I see it, or that's what I think of this. I think that's a good way.
Marian, put your phone on silent.
I'm silent.
Like, no vibrations.
Okay.
Nice, thank you. Whoa.
Now it's on silent.
Sankhya. So what are people saying? Are people giving their advice on life?
Theodora, put your phone on silent.
Fuck you! Who the hell texted me?
You see, I don't care.
Nah. You're like so happy that you're mansplaining me.
Oh, that was so mean.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but that's what true friends do. They mock each other.
I'm such a mean person.
Nah. People notice that I'm the bitch here, not you. You're being abused by a woman, but people don't know how to tell you that, Marian.
Am I though?
Hmm?
I don't feel abused. So.
You should.
They're doing a shitty job at it.
Wait. Omar, you live in Alaska in a cabin? Are you serious?
That's his end goal.
Oh, that's his
Instead of
end
living
goal.
in a-
Oh wait, that's my end goal. Yes, you're right. I live in Alaska in a cabin with just a husky living with me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I will love to just buy a little house, cottage somewhere in the forest. I mean, I don't want to like be away from society in that way, but I do have to admit that I prefer more living in next to a forest rather than a big city in that way. I mean, I live in Bucharest right now and I barely went outside. I actually apologized to a friend of mine that I didn't manage to meet him up at all because I'm such a weird person right now. I just don't feel like I want to go out. There's some things going on as well in my family, but anyways, it's what it is.
Rice asked if you're listening to the Witcher music.
No, we're listening to a site that I pay like 200 euros to play non-copyrighted music.
No, I think she means the music you put for the Witcher video.
Oh, no, that's also non-copyrighted music.
Yeah, but it's not that song, right?
No.
Okay. Just wondering.
In the Texas heat. Oh my god, Omar, I'm sorry. I really hope you guys are drawing as well while enjoying the stream. By the way, David, thank you so much for joining us. It made it easier for us. It was kind of boring to always be with Marian.
That was a bit mean as well.
Yeah, he can take it. He's a strong man.
Yeah, he has a lot of layers of fat.
Yes.
That's what we were supposed to say.
Well,
be more.
I wish I was more like Wilhelm, to be honest. I wish I could be exactly like him. What?
You mean more offensive or what?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
I hate drawing the second eye. It's always so hard when you draw the second eye and you make them look retarded. I'm gonna bring... Oh, and then you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna liquify her. We're gonna go into the liquefied mode and make her even cooler. I actually do that a lot.
Yeah, the new Photoshop has really interesting face liquify.
That's it. I mean, I have Photoshop 5. Do you think it's worth paying per month for it?
Seal, I think if we start with the sphere, with the big shapes.
Huh?
Because I think right now it's a bit too much perspective. Like the difference in size between the eyes is too big.
Oh yeah, I mean, she is a weirdo, this character. I will try to see how I'm gonna fix it. Just give me a second. We're gonna take it in Liquify. But what were you saying, David? Sorry.
Yeah, the new Photoshop has...
Bless you.
Thank you. The new Photoshop has what?
Like face recognition liquify that automatically sets like rims on eyes and noses and face, and you can deform the face very easily.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Based on what input?
On the image. It recognizes the face like the Messenger app where they add filters on top of your face. I think it's something like that, but just to liquify and deform your face. But yeah, I don't think Photoshop really adds new features, at least not very relevant new features to new additions. So I'm not sure how much you would benefit from a new version.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of happy with this Photoshop I'm having right now. It works pretty well.
The good thing with new Photoshop is that you don't have tool presets, but you can save tool presets as brushes.
You can what? Save tool presets as brushes?
Yeah, so you don't have tool presets and brushes separately, but you have everything inside the brushes. So next to each brush, it's also decides the tool and the color if you want. So that's quite handy to organize. And you also have brush folders. And yeah, that's about it.
That was very educational.
Yes, very. Thank you. Thank you.
Jaha, precis.
God bless. God bless.
Amen.
Amen.
Or God should not bless him. I don't know. Which one?
Who's washing something?
Washing?
Yeah, I thought it was like water.
Maybe that's the pencil.
Oh. What's the chat saying?
Rice is saying, today I decided not to hang out with friends and sit inside all day. I know that feel. Video game music is good for non-copyright. And Trolls said 200 euros, you can easily find non-copyrighted playlists of music. Yaha Precis.
Yeah, you have to
Precis.
like
Aha.
download it and all of that stuff. Yeah, I know. I feel like this one was kind of nice because it has so much variation. It's like so much music. So I was trying to be nice with you guys and put quite cool music for you guys to listen while I'm trying to stress myself here. But hey, thanks Dale, you're so cool for giving us non-copyright music. But no, woman, stupid woman. Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah, why do you even try?
Get a
do you
life,
even
Dale.
try to make people happy?
Yeah.
People not happy, people miserable. All
Yes.
time.
Look at me, I'm happy because I'm miserable. Follow Marian way,
Happiness.
the only way.
Okay.
Marian, you should become like a speaker of depression. Tell people why it's amazing to be depressed and make money out of it. Have you ever considered that?
The cult of depression.
Yes.
Yeah.
People ask me sometimes, why am I so depressed? And I have
No,
to tell
how
people,
can you be so
imagine a
depressed?
cute little puppy, and then you punch it so hard, and then you laugh, and then you kill it, and you ask yourself, why did you do that?
That's not being depressed. That's
No.
being
And then you get into depression, and then you understand the full purpose of why life matters. That's the only way to do it. Beat someone. Destroy life today and learn the importance of respecting life.
No, destroy life today and learn the way.
Yes. I hope people are not taking this the wrong way. I have a very, 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 very dark humor, just so people know.
Don't take it the wrong way. Take it the only way.
Yeah. Don't go into that conversation, Marian. Just don't.
What is that?
I have a question to change the topic.
Ew.
Ew. Why would you use the, what is it called? The rule of thirds instead of the golden ratio?
Say the question again.
Why would you
use the
rule
rule
of thirds instead of
Oh my god.
the golden ratio? Hello?
Say again, because I didn't hear you guys, because you talk all over each other like all the time men do, you know?
Okay, I will repeat. Why would you use the rule of thirds versus the golden means? Like the golden mean ratio?
I don't know if I can answer that because I'm not very good at those. Now you confuse me because I don't know which one is which anymore because you said two things right now. What a golden ratio is the one where it's like not in the middle but it's more like 3/4, is it?
Yeah, it's 1 against 1.612 or 1/8.
And the other one?
And the other one is like the rule of thirds, where you just divide the canvas in 3 equal parts. Because to my knowledge, like the rule of thirds is just a simplification, and like the rule of the golden mean is like the proper way to do it.
I wouldn't say it's the proper. I think it's because if you measure the rule of thirds, and if you apply like both vertically and diagonally, the intersections are going to be the same as the sections in the golden ratio. If you apply it on a 3x4, what do you call it, rectangle. Does it make sense?
But it's only on a 3x4. What about other formats?
On other formats, you will have to kind of like calculate it by that ratio to see where to place the things. And I think on a different format, the golden ratio might not help you as much as well. Because that's also like on a specific format, so you will have to multiply it a bunch of times to fit that format that you want. Does it make sense?
Actually, it doesn't. I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, the difference is that in the golden mean, the lines are a bit closer together in the middle.
Yeah.
And by in the rule of thirds, it's exactly at thirds.
Yeah, but then the thing is, like with the thirds, you don't place along the lines. You place along the intersection of the lines. Because you have 3/3 horizontally, 3/3 vertically. And then you look for those points, and that's where you place the points of interest. Other than that, don't think of the lines as, different types of motifs or anything. And both of them work as efficient. I think the rule of thirds would be better for a static composition, and golden ratio would be better for a dynamic composition in that way. Because I think with the golden ratio, you have more of a fluid thing, but you can use them in the same way as well on a 3x4.
Bruh.
Yeah, I don't know if I made any sense.
Bruh.
Again, it would be easier if I could demonstrate what I mean than if I talk about it.
Yeah, we can do it next time. Bruh.
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 8.
Ay.
I think you said mate. Didn't you say mate?
No. I said bruh.
No.
Bruh. Someone said that they prefer doggy style. I don't know. I think you need to ask for consents for that. Or how you say it. Yeah. Oh, shit. God, it's so awesome when you have Liquify. It's so easy to change things. Oh my god. Oh my god. When I do this traditionally, it takes forever. Okay, I want her to look weird. I don't want her to be human. Let's see how it looks like. Before and after, before and after, before and after, before and after. Looks weird.
I just found a picture of my father, and he looks so cool.
You found a picture of yourself?
No, my father.
Oh, of your father.
And I started drawing the portrait. Because it looks really, really cool.
Now you can also flip the canvas and liquify the other way around.
I actually tried to liquify her and I didn't like it actually. Because I kind of lost something that I was trying to do with her. I'm gonna see if I want to make her eyes a little bit more weird, more blind as well. But so far the face is coming along. I want to get into some of the dogs before I get more into her face again. But this is how I usually start the work, guys. I always start with the face. I'm so obsessed over the face. So sometimes my drawing can look like this as well, like traditionally. Super bad. And I just don't give a damn about it. I just want the face to look as beautiful as possible. So I just focus on that. It can be a good thing and also a bad thing. But... oh my god, whose microphone is doing this? Marian, is it yours? Because I think it's yours. It's some kind of weird. It's like it's. It feels like it's water from a tap or something like that.
Are you sure it's mine?
I have no idea. That's one reason I'm asking. Because I can hear it and it can get quite annoying.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
It can't be from me.
But you hear it all the time.
When you don't speak, we don't hear it, but as soon as you're being silent, it kind of starts. So I don't know.
I think it's just white noise.
I don't know what it is, but it comes from you. I don't know. Last time that didn't happen, just so you know.
Do you hear it now?
Nope.
No,
Turn
no.
off automatic volume, Marian. That's what they said.
On what?
I don't know.
I don't even know how to use this thing.
Yeah, welcome to my world. I have to like
Just took a
figure things
snapshot.
out all the time. It's like, how do you make this one work? How do you make OBS work? How do you make this one? Ugh. Damn it, that was itchy.
This is so frustrating.
I know.
Where are the settings of this Skype thing?
I don't know. It's so funny when I hear people going like, just try to solve the problem. And when they try to solve the problem, I don't get this. How does this thing even work?
Okay, found it.
Uh-huh. really don't like that eye. Let's see how we can solve that. What do we have here? Gonna paint the doggy soon as well.
Maybe try to construct it.
Yeah.
Like, with
You guys
forms.
still hear that watery sound now?
Nope.
No, it's fine now.
I think it was the fan from my laptop.
What did you say, David?
Maybe it would be a good idea to construct it with forms.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a shot. Now the lip doesn't work. Ugh, whatever. Let's see. It's kind of fun that sometimes people prefer not to show this kind of things on live stream. The torture of constructing something and building something, it's never easy. Alright, let's see if we can construct the eye a bit more. Let's see. So we have, this one looks pretty fine, the one on the left side. I kind of want her to have small eyes, but still. Oh yeah, I think I forgot about this part here. That one, but the way I'm seeing it on her, let's see. Let's take it back again. So Asian people. Let them have this.
Yeah, you have to remember you're also looking up at the face.
I know. I really did it for myself. So I know that you have a tilt in the eye as well. So that means that I need to push this one even more down. I kind of like the black around her eye. You think we should go with this? Like have more of a makeup stuff. Let's see how... What should I write? Geisha? Not geisha, like yukai. I want to see a little bit if they have some kind of design on their face. Yukai, Japanese, culture. Let's see if I find anything. Well, I don't know. Like this is kind of what I want, you know, to put a little bit of a makeup on them. That can be kind of fun. Here, I kind of want to have this kind of design, like this. So not really exactly like this one, but let's see if I can find anything. Do you guys have any suggestions of what I can write down?
I don't think that's like, what exactly are you looking for? What do you want to make?
Like some more of a traditional Japanese, like this one. I don't know if you guys can see it, but moon spirit, ghost woman, darker look. Look at the hairline. This is I've seen this in anime as well, where they have that kind of hairline. Let's see, search Google for this image.
I think you need a little bit more structure to the eyes.
Yeah, I will look into it. But maybe if I know of a specific design, it will be easier to work with. Edo, Japan. Female character. They look so funny, these images. I don't want to give her an eyebrow, but maybe I can suggest it a little bit. But not overdo it. Because, you know, they used to put like this white thing on their faces. To make their skin white. Let's write geisha. Geisha. Let's see. Yeah, something like this kind of makeup I was thinking about. Is David still there?
Yeah.
You're so silent.
I don't have anything smart to say, so I'm just quiet.
Yeah.
But this is not really smart. A smart competition. Smart as one.
You don't need to be smart when you say certain things. Just let it go. Release your stupidity online. Let people know that you're a moron. Like me.
You're like, okay. We need to show David Robozzi with crappy language activated. Salute inferiori lore. I am Megatron, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm seeing it from underneath. I'm seeing her from underneath. Okay. So that means I should be able to see that part. Like this. I need to see the skin underneath. And then the eye here. Like this. Let's see if we want to like make her blind almost. That feels a little bit more constructive. Okay. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. It's coming along though. I'm actually starting to like this.
It's interesting to see how you work with the soft brushes. The nose looks really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually do a lot of digital. Maybe I should. But I mean, I started doing digitally on Livestream now because I'm in Romania and I don't have the tools necessary to do it.
So when you do the posters for the movies, are you inventing new poses for the faces?
No.
Or are you usually...
Sorry for interrupting you. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of easy. I just look for the right reference in the movie. Because I can't invent the actor. It has to look like the actor. Otherwise, I'm gonna go in circles. And the good example was when I did Manhunter. I invented the pose.
Oh, hey, Misha. Hey. Sorry, my cat. Hey, little Ilskling. Oh, hey. Yeah. Oh, meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I travel with my cat from Sweden. She wants attention. I think it's time to stop the stream, but I'm just getting into it, Misha. Poor little baby.
Kind of cute that she came and grabbed my clothes with her claws, being all cute. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, I just invented the pose, and it didn't look at all. Like, I think that poster was so hard to do. I hated it so much. But it was an opening to learning how to do and how to deal with this type of posters.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because it's so hard to get the likeness if you have to change the angle.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. The way I work, one reason my client likes me a lot is because, yeah, I am pretty good at getting the likeness. But one reason Ow, Misha! Ow! Sorry. Ow.
Fuck's sakes, Misha. Go away. Go away.
Wait, 1 second. Ale! Just 1 second. I need to kick my cat out of the room. Okay, back. Sorry. So yeah, like for example, I have another friend that I work with when it comes to these posters, and he doesn't really care about the likeness. But of course, it doesn't really look like the actors, but it, you know, it has a little bit of a caricature, so it kind of works. But in general, when I do them, I look at the movie like a billion times until I find the right references. Like for example, when I did the True Detective, I actually had to use 2 poses to be able to build Ross, for example. Because it was one scene when it was, I don't know if I should say this online because it's spoilers, but you kind of get my idea on how I did it.
Yeah.
I need to fix the nose.
What is spoilers to say that it was blurred out? The character?
Character.
What are you spoiling if you're saying that it was blurred out?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, I used the body from the young Ross and then the face from another scene with the old Ross. So I did kind of combine them a little bit. So it's not like copying it in that way.
Well, you haven't spoiled much.
No? Okay. Okay, good.
That's where I'm like, what are you talking about?
Ah, okay. That's good. I will need to figure out the nose as well. I don't know why, but it's starting to look a little bit like that city character. If you guys know what I'm talking about. I can see that it's something wrong with the construction of the nose. The space is too big between them, so the nose needs to be a little bit closer to each other. Like this distance here feels a little bit weird. So I'm just gonna push it somehow and fix that.
And now that you're working digitally, what do you think about tracing?
I don't think it's something wrong with it. In this industry, when it comes to being efficient and paying your rent, if you know that you can do the walk, you know, torture yourself, spend time on it, do the drawing. But if you don't have time and you're limited, just trace a certain figure that you're happy with and just paint on top of it. You know, like trace it so you can have the drawing down and then just paint. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
But like with the work you do, you could basically just paste in the screenshots and paint on top.
If I do it digitally, sometimes I have to. For example, I'm working on something. The face, I started doing it by hand, and it took me forever. I mean, I don't need to prove anything to anyone. Like when I did it traditionally with Ross, it took me 2 months to do that drawing because everything had to be very specific. But if I do it digitally, sometimes I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I select the reference I kind of need and just trace it fast to have a specific drawing I need to be able to build up the values. And that's about it. And then I still change the drawing. It's not like, oh, I'm just tracing it. Hoo, this is so easy. I still need to figure out the values and what do you call it, the technique behind it and how I want to render it. So it's not like I'm just copying it in that way. Some people will say that that's cheating. You know, I have to get the job done. So whatever. You can see it as you want. If you work in the concept art, for example, they're doing a lot of photo bashing and tracing because they don't really have time to be creative and, oh my God, create a masterpiece. They don't really have time for that. So they just have to go with the flow and just build it up fast. Misha, stay there.
I think concept artists are actually the most creative, but they just don't spend much time on like polishing the ideas. They just like do whatever they can to get new ideas out quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, what I mean by being creative, you know, be technically brilliant. Like for example, I find concept art more interesting, more design-wise than a painting of a beautiful woman in a way. Let's say that is a beautiful woman, but the technical part of it can be extraordinary in relationship to the concept art which was done digitally, yet the idea behind the concept art piece is much more interesting than the idea done by the traditional artist. So it's about preferences, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but of course, people will never be honest about this because they don't want to sound like they're weak. I don't think they're weak.
Like concept art isn't even meant to be shown, really. It's just like the idea so that other people can make something out of it. So you also have to take that into consideration. It's there really just to communicate something to other people that then make like the end product out of it.
Yep. What do you say, Marian?
It's also more utility or like the way it's used and the way it's produced. You know, you have an art direction. I mean, if we talk about concept art for games, is there different types of concept? You can do concept art for a movie as well. You can do, I don't know, books. Or no, those are called illustrations.
Yeah, I think we are talking about like concept art as in design for costumes and places, for movies and games.
Omar? Yeah, well, is that true? Detective Poster official client work. So basically, I got commissioned by him to create the image, but I've chosen to do this traditionally because it kind of adds a lot of value to it. So after I finished it traditionally, I had to take a photo of it. Marian helped me because I need to take a specific, 300 dpi. We had to take it in parts as well because it has to be quite high res because it will be printed on 24 times 36 inches. So it's pretty big. And this screen print is a little bit unique than a digital print. It's done in layers, starting from the white of the paper towards the darkest dark. You also need to know what color goes up, depending, let's say if you have green and yellow. Yellow should be underneath green, because green is a little bit more of a, let's say, darker hue or whatever color than yellow. So for example, True Detective ended up having, I think it was 8 or 9 colors. And as I know, it's being printed right now, so I'm gonna see the proof of it. And they're gonna be only, I don't remember exactly, 35 of them, and that's it. Somehow I just don't like what I did on this layer at all. Let's just let it rest. Before we end the stream, let's just draw one of the dog here for the funsies. I'm actually gonna continue this with you guys next time on the stream. You guys want to do that? Or you want me to finish it on my own?
Are you talking to us or
Well, to everyone.
the chat?
To everyone. Even to you guys. Because if you guys feel like it, we can try to finish this together for the funsies.
Together. Yeah.
Together! We, together, ape, strong! Together, humans, strong!
Are you creating any art besides this now that you're in Romania?
I mean, I'm working on the print screens. There's something going on right now in my family, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay a bit longer. We'll see. So, I mean, I need to go back to Sweden because I do have some fun stuff happening right now in my art life with some possible shows and participating at shows and stuff like that. So I kind of have a lot to do. I'm a bit stressed out about it, but it's life. I have to deal with one thing at a time. Can't do much about it. Okay, Omar, I think I might continue on this one. I want to feel happy about the portrait. And I think I will just continue on this one on my own. And then if that's the case, we can talk about it and show you guys the steps I've been doing to proceed with it. But so far, so good. Maybe this is a very nice portrait, but I might change her and just do it, you know, not in this position, but in a different position. I think that might actually be more of a nicer look. I'm still trying to get used with more of a digital look to my art. Like, how should I explain it? I can be quite stiff digitally in relationship to oils. I'm not sure how to feel the color digitally. I think, David, you understand what I mean. It feels a bit dull when you paint digitally. It's not the same thing as when you do oils.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, and I do have hard times with this. But I will find a way. And people are much more harder than animals.
To draw?
Yeah, I mean, dogs in general or whatever, faces and stuff, I find them much more harder than people. Oh, sorry, people are much more harder than dogs. Jesus Christ.
Are they? Really?
I think drawing pets are easier than people.
Yeah,
Because when it comes to a face, it's easier to recognize it than a dog. You can get away with mistakes when it comes to a dog than with a human.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for example, I like the way I painted this dog right now more than the portrait, and it's been just, whatever, 5 minutes. So, whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm gonna warm up now after doing this and just change her a little bit, just work on top of it and see what I'm gonna do.
I can take a reference for you.
What did you say?
I can take a reference for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm meeting up with Juliet, and I can ask you.
Ah, with the Juliet for a reference? Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Because I think she really fits.
I mean, maybe it's just a little bit boring, her face right now in this situation. I think she's too static for these dogs that are more moving. Maybe I'm gonna take a photo after myself in a more of a dynamic pose. I want to get some hands in there. This can be a very cool painting. Someone asked me if I want to do this traditionally. If this will look very interesting digitally, I might consider doing a painting of this.
Yeah.
Let's see how it's gonna go. I think I'm gonna continue on this one next week. Could you sell that True Detective poster at a high rate? I heard there's this thing Magic the Gathering artists do where they paint cards traditionally and sell the original painting at conventions. Yeah, Omar, I mean, I have sold most of my traditional posters that I've done. The True Detective one is still waiting for someone to purchase it. It's on my site as well. It's a very big project, the True Detective one. How big is it, Marian? 50 times 70?
54.70. Or 56 times 70.
Yeah. I don't know inches, but anyways.
Yeah, that's something.
Burly woman. So we will see who's gonna purchase it. But right now I'm just waiting to see how well the prints are gonna do. But it's what it is. Let's do this. Let's change this a bit. And this is what I like about digital. How fast it is to change. It's so cool. I might do, who knows? Let's see. I like a little bit of a nose to her. Let's see. Maybe if we do something like this. And then we can show a little bit of the ear here to kind of cut this empty dark space in there. And then we have another dog here, so we can darken this. And then we can create a little bit of a space. Oops. So we have another one over here. Something like this. This is gonna be the eye. One there, one there. There we go. And then I was thinking if I want to add a face and stuff. It can be cool to make her like she's grabbing onto something and going forward. Oh, Raisha Shrok. Hey, Raisa. No, the face is super fine. The face is still here. Don't worry. The face is safe. I just want to be a little bit more open and do different kind of things because I've been a little bit too precious about this. But I can't do a lot of layers. Otherwise, you can already see that my computer is at 83 degrees right now. If I start overdoing it, I don't even know how you guys are seeing the video, if it's laggy and stuff like that. Because the last live stream we had, it was super laggy.
It seems fine.
Yeah?
The lag. Yeah.
That's good.
Very smooth.
Maybe we can do another face. Another one over here. I was telling Marian, maybe I should try to complicate it a little bit. I always complicate things. I don't even have time to do all of this. And this person is turning around. It's going that way. Like this. Let's just see if we can do it like this. And then we can add one dog here. Maybe we can add a bigger one over here. No? Let's see. Maybe keep this one free. Let's see. Again, I'm having an open composition. Again, of course, I'm so good at it. Damn it. Okay. Somehow, this looks much better than what we had before. This is much more interesting. What do you guys think?
I like this one better as well.
Yeah. Maybe I can
Didn't I tell you to do like 2 versions at the beginning? One facing front and one to the side?
I didn't say anything. You just imagined it. Yes, you did. But I think
if you expand the image even more,
this
can
to the right side, right?
yeah, you can have I don't know, like a Japanese demon looking at them.
A what?
Or something. A Japanese demon looking at them, so they're like staring with the bad omen.
Like we have another one on this. Wow, that can get complicated.
No, but so you have like either that, or she can hold something in her hand that she's looking at. Because that's what makes it open. She's looking at something that we don't see, and everything that looking at something that we don't see.
I think I'm creating more of an illustration right now rather than a fine art piece.
Yeah.
Omar said that this can be like a Animorphs book cover. I don't know what that is. I mean, what I was thinking about is...
I know what you can put. You can put like one of those jewelry boxes that she's holding in her hands.
Yeah, I was thinking about... Wait, let's see if I can somehow do this. Like making the hands here. Like she's holding something.
Yeah.
This is another thing I really want to try to do, to start reading a little bit more. I don't read a lot. That's one reason I have hard times getting ideas. Some people get their idea through psychedelic experience. I don't really do those kind of stuff, so I can't really get that kind of inspiration.
You can have...
What?
I think you can move the hand more forward.
Marian, I can't really understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry.
I think you can move the hand more forward.
More forward?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like you can make her like she has longer hands.
Oh, yeah, that can be cool.
And I was thinking you could put like a box and some white smoke that's coming out of it that goes into the dog's nostrils. Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yeah.
That's a really nice idea, Marian. Like she is amongst the dogs, but she's controlling the dogs with food.
No, not necessarily food, because these dogs are like demon dogs.
Yeah.
And that's like a jewelry box. You should look for like a nicely designed 18th or 19th century box that has. I can send you some.
Yeah, that can be cool. I can try to make the mouth of a dog here and build up teeth. Yeah, I should look into that, Omar. We're gonna create the teeth here of the dog. Presumably, I will see how I'm gonna do all of this. Maybe we can make another face over here doing the same thing, more in the back. And then another type of dogs. So let's see if we can build a box.
But what does it mean, Theo?
Yeah, fuck off.
What
Some
does it
people, you know, I keep reading sometimes when I really try my best to create something behind my work, it's always a bit of a failure. But when it comes like a Time Bringer of Death or Innocence or something like that, where I actually thought about things, but then some people create this stuff, they don't know what's about, and they come with the story after they create it. I think both versions are right, but I find it hilarious when people emphasize the process of creating that piece was so intense for them, and I'm like, no, not really. It wasn't really. I don't think so.
for some people? Right?
For some people, but somehow, not really. Not all the time.
It depends how personal it is.
Yeah, I guess. Depends on the person, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how deep those stories are affecting you as an individual. But I do agree that there are a lot of people who use it as an advertisement tactic. You know, and I think that's the part that you find frustrating.
Yeah. No, I know friends that does this kind of thing, but I know friends that are honest about their work. But just admit to it. Stop selling shit. Just admit it. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole. I don't know. We'll see. This was just fun for me to just do this. I don't know. I usually don't really do ideas on live streams like this. I mean, when I did my traditional ones, I already had an idea behind it, so that was good. But most of the time, I don't know, it's like what we were talking before. If someone does something and they find a meaning for it later on, it's nothing wrong with it. But I do wonder how truthful people are when they talk about their work and what it inspired them. Because Marian, one reason I'm saying this is what we talked about with Khalid a bunch of, like maybe 3 days ago. You remember? Hmm?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm starting to like really doubt everything just because of that conversation when it comes to this art world and stuff like that.
Now I want to know as well.
We will talk off live thingy. We don't need to talk in live stream about this. It's a little bit personal, and I might be quite wrong when it comes to it. So I don't want to say it out loud, so people will be like, "You're a fucking cunt," for thinking like this. I just want to hear people's opinion on it.
Yeah.
But that's me talking. Okay, I think we're done for today. I can go on with this one. I think I'm gonna work around this subject. But if you guys like doing this kind of things and me inviting people on the stream, I can do it next time as well. We're just a bunch of people having a nice chat, just drawing and keeping each other company. I don't want people to think that this stream is gonna become like a Joe Rogan thing. I don't have the resources nor the time to be able to do it. But every Saturday for like...
We will do, at some point, we will make a podcast. At least that's the plan.
Podcasts are much easier to do. Yeah, because we don't have to do them live.
For now, we don't have the resources, so if anyone wants to speed up that process, they can donate to Theo's Patreon.
I'm actually looking for a different way of getting help from people. My Patreon is invisible. Do you remember when we looked for it on Patreon and we couldn't find it? I
mean, you have a link to the channel.
Yeah, I know. But I was looking at something else called, let me see.
Subscriber Star?
Yeah, Subscriber Star. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, that's a really good service. It's fairly new, but I think it's really good.
I wonder if it's better than Patreon, because sometimes Patreon feels a little bit intense, because you kind of need to constantly give contact on that page. So I'm not sure how to do it.
Yeah, I think Subscriber on Star is better.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, people don't need to think about it like that. I mean, I have PayPal as well. You can do whatever you feel like, but we're still going to continue this because I still enjoy having David and Marian on stream and just have fun. Like, just Marian pointing that thing with the hand gave me an idea right now, so this is really good for me. So thank you, Marian.
No worries.
Anyways, guys, that's about it for the stream. I'm gonna save this as it is. It was fun while it lasted. So let's go back some steps. We'll see. Maybe I will keep the face, maybe I won't. It was interesting with changing the faces like that. Wait a second, what did I do here? There. Okay, there we go. Let's save it like this. I'm gonna work a little bit more on it. Boop. Okay, thank you everyone. Hopefully we're gonna see each other again next week on Saturday. I'm gonna try to do it while in Romania every Saturday at 8 o'clock Romanian time or 7 whatever p.m. Stockholm time. So somewhere around there. Let's just say 7 p.m. Stockholm time. That's basically when we start. We kind of went a little bit longer with the stream because I kind of got into changing the composition a bit. Thank you, Marian. Thank you, David, for joining. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
Yes? David, you want to join us again next time?
Sure.
Yay!
No,
I'd love to.
Thank you. We are always welcome to. Okay. Goodbye.
bye.
Goodbye, everyone.